welcome back to my channel. It has been so long since I said that, about a month, and I'm super excited to be back. First of all, let me let you know that I didn't just disappear. I actually wanted to take some time off to find out exactly where I wanted this channel to go and who exactly I was talking to and how exactly I can serve. So that is why we took that short break, but I'm back now and I have so many things to share with you guys. So many things have been happening. It's been amazing, like with my clients, with my business, with how everything is just coming together. So this was my first love. If you've been around for a while, the first step I took towards starting an online business was opening this channel. And so every time, wherever I go, I always come back because this channel is how I got my confidence. This channel is how I figured out what I wanted to do and how I wanted to serve. This channel, it was because of this channel I got on Instagram, so I will get to, get people to my page. And then I got there and found out that there is this whole industry, where I could offer my services and get paid, get really, really paid, and still help others do the same. So it's sort of like starting my journey. If you haven't watched the video where I shared exactly how I got here, I'm going to share it in the description. So my name is Paula. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're returning, you're welcome back. Or I'm welcome back. I don't know which one. But today we're going to be talking about consistency. If you're in the industry, you already know that that is a word, that's a buzzword, right? Like, that's a word that so many people talk about every day. And when they're trying to tell you about success in this industry, as a matter of fact, success anywhere at all, whatever you're doing, consistency is like the sauce, is the secret, because you have to keep showing up to show people that you're serious about this and you are able to handle whatever they throw your way. Consistency is how you share your expertise. Consistency is how you show people that you're a stand-up person that can do business. Consistency is how you make people take you seriously, among other things. Of course, the more you do stuff, the better you get. I'm going to go all of that, and also I'm going to be sharing how you can stay consistent. I'm not just going to tell you be consistent and let's keep it moving, right? I'm going to give you actionable steps that you can take to stay consistent in your business, whatever it is. So welcome back to my channel, and this is where I help you grow your online business. Whichever social media platform you're using, the principles stay the same, and I share the map and the motivation and the mindset in my programs to help you get there faster. It took me about 7 months to get my first client on Instagram, and when I found out what I needed to be doing to be attracting clients, I realized if I had known all of that when I started, it wouldn't have taken me so long. That was 7 months of pulling my hair out, of giving up every other day. And so now that I know the things that you need to do to get paid faster, to be seen as an authority for your people, not just anybody, to find you and work with you and actually have you getting them results, I'm sharing it all wherever I can on this platform. Or if you work with me in a paid capacity, or if you take any of my classes or courses or my programs. Speaking of programs, I have this exclusive offer that's going to be launching sometime in October, and I'm super excited because this is going to be the best container that I have created, because I'm going to be hands-on. All my programs are actually hands-on, but this is going to be for 3 months. I have never had a 3-month program because it's usually a few weeks, 6 weeks. This 3-month program is so that I'm able to go with you step by step as you build your business, so that when you start 2023, it's going to be on a whole different level. So if this sounds like your vibe, I'm going to talk more about it at the end of the video. And if you'd like to talk to me about it, I'm going to drop details in the description. So let's get to it. Consistency, you guys. One of the things that I have gotten, one of the compliments that I have gotten, and we like our compliments. One of the compliments that I have gotten repeatedly is how consistent I have stayed. And one of the questions, again, that I have gotten repeatedly is, how are you able to stay so consistent? Let me tell you a short story. I used to hate anything that made me responsible or accountable. I remember as a teenager in secondary school, I would actively say I hate responsibility. So imagine somebody who actively says they hate responsibility and how her life was looking at the time and how her life would be looking the entire period that she's saying she hates responsibility. So when I was going to SS3, I had 4 goals. There were 4 things I really, really wanted to make my SS3 the best ever, right? So number 1, I wanted to be an FCS official. I've been an FCS worker in church for I think maybe about 4 years. So I really wanted to take the leadership position there. I wanted to be a part of the band. Like there was this drumming band. I went to Air Force Girls, so it was, yeah, there was some military stuff attached to it. I wanted to be a part of the band because those were the cool kids. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't trying to serve anybody. I just wanted to be cool. Number 3, I wanted to be part of the leadership of one of the 2 main clubs in school. Drama club and literary and debating club. So those 2, I wanted to be one of the excos. And I wanted to be a prefect because why not? Privileges and all, right? So when I got to SS3, and I wasn't just making blind goals. There were things that I knew were possible, were achievable. You know, I knew I had what it took, kind of. Okay, so getting to SS3, I achieved 3 out of those 4 goals. I was voted in as the chief usher, so I got into SCS Exco. I got into the band because I really worked hard for it. Also got into the drama club. I ended up being president of the drama club, which kind of explains how dramatic I am, right? So, but I didn't get to be perfect. I didn't make perfect. And I knew why, like in my soul, I knew that it was because I wasn't responsible enough. They didn't think they could count on me because being a prefect wasn't just about the area you were taking care of. They had like duties. They had, turns in taking care of the school, making sure things were all right. And I hadn't properly communicated. In fact, you can't communicate what you don't have. I hadn't properly communicated that I could be trusted to handle a task, to stay accountable, not to talk of keep other people accountable. So I knew in my heart of hearts that was the reason why I didn't get it. It felt bad, but I also knew that it was something to fix. Don't think that feeling bad at 16 and what meant I fixed it at 16. I would spend the next 4 or 5 years still not holding myself accountable, still not being responsible as such, right? So, but when eventually I got to realize that if I don't take myself seriously, nobody will. That was like the beginning of whatever consistency I've managed to build. I realized that if I say I will show up and I don't show up, nobody's going to beat me. I'm an adult, right? But it just tells people that this person is not the kind of person that you can count on. And so I set out to make myself the kind of person that people can count on, but that I can count on, because I cannot be expecting people to show up for me more than I showed up for myself. So getting to this place had me fixing a lot of things, and one of the things I'm trying to do is document my journey so that when you listen to me, you're able to get there faster. You don't have to go through the hurdles. You go through hurdles, but you don't have to go through the hurdles that I have gone through, because you can just pick up the lessons and move. I want you to get there faster. I want a world where women are living their best lives, and I want to know that I was a part of that journey. So if you're watching this, pass it along, share it with your friends, share it with your tribe. Let's do this thing. So with building my business and building consistency, the first thing I had to do was get clear on what I wanted. And what I wanted was to get visible and get paid from my expertise, from my skill. So starting off my business, I knew that I was new. I knew that this was an industry where people have put in work, people have paid their dues, people have shown up so much that they have the clients. And for me to get seen, first of all, social media is noisy. For me to get seen and eventually get people to sign with me, I have got to prove that I have staying power. I've got to prove that I can show up and keep showing up, and that is how they'll know that I can show up for them. And so I was clear on what I wanted. I want people to see me. I want people to believe that they can pay me. And that was sort of like the beginning. Gradually, the more you show up, and that's the secret, the more you show up, the better you get. I didn't know that then. My videos were not looking like this when I started. It was cringe. My confidence was nowhere near this level when I started. my abilities. You pick up skills whether you want to or not. As long as you show up, you will learn from people, you will learn from the environment, you will start to have your own opinions on things. And that is how thought leadership works. That's how you begin to look at yourself as a contributor to the industry, not just somebody that's here to take away. Okay, so get clear on what you want. The next thing I did was set a goal. Like, what exactly do I want? Like I said, I wanted clients to see me. And what was my plan for that? My plan was basically just show up. Honestly, I'm not going to sit down here and tell you that I had some magical grand plan that spanned 6 years and, it's all coming together. Honestly, my number one goal was get paid. That I was clear on, but I didn't know anything else. I didn't know anything else to do but show up. That was my only plan. So show up and learn, show up and create. It's okay if only 2 people watch your live. It's okay if people find your videos cringe. It's okay if your neighbors and your former schoolmates watch, see you trying out in public, see you trying to build something in public. It's okay if they laugh. Just show up. So that was the mentality I was moving with. It doesn't matter, I'm going to post a video every week. It doesn't matter, I'm going to post on Instagram. Nothing else matters but me showing up. So that sort of gave me like tunnel vision. I was able to focus on just showing up. I didn't have time to hear what anybody else had to say about whether I was doing cringe stuff or whether I was showing up too much or that's your little social media thing. All of that was like, when there's water in your ears and it's like, someone is talking, but you can't hear them talking. That's how it was for me. For me, I was just focused on showing up. What showing up did for me was it got me to learn. It got me to really focus on the industry I was trying to get to and pick up the stuff that works. It got me to cancel out the noise and actually implement the things that I was learning. And implementing meant I was able to see the things that they say work but didn't exactly work for me. So I found other ways to make it work. But all of that was the result of me just choosing to show up. Right, so the next step to consistency for me was creating more than I consumed. Yes, I was learning. Yes, I knew that people had gone before me and I needed to learn from them. But I also knew that if I didn't tap into my own creativity or implement the things that I was learning, then I was either just going to be a clone or I was just going to drown in the feeling of I have not reached. So I created more than I consumed. I was jotting down. I am jotting down because these are still principles that I use. No matter where I get, these are still going to be principles that I will use. So when I learn something, I process it and I think about how I can teach it and I put it down. I have notes, apps. I have so many ways to drop ideas down. You won't always remember everything that crosses your mind. So what I do is I write down every idea I get and eventually I sit down and try to process it. I try to develop it. Some become a video, some become carousels, some, are contributed on the blog, some get on my website, some get on Twitter, some go to LinkedIn. Whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that your ideas stay in one place. So make it a habit to put down your ideas. That's one thing that has really, really helped me in building my consistency, in building my business. So the next thing that helped my consistency and will help you with consistency is creating ahead of time. Now, let's not lie and say life is not happening as you're building your business. You have parents, you have, spouses, you have children. In my case, I have my mom, I have my in-laws, I have my neighbors. I have so many people to take care of. My husband, my children. I have a life. I go to church. I show up for my friends. I have a social life. All of these things come together. So you're supposed to be growing this business as well as growing the rest of the segments of your life. So you cannot always be on. Consistency is not giving my whole life to my business. I do have a life outside of that. If you've been following me, if you're following me on Instagram, you know that I do enjoy the soft life. Like, I'm here for the soft life. And I love my friends. I love going out with them. I love being there for them. I have children who are growing up, and I know for a fact that if I'm not there for them, I will not have a relationship with them when I grow up. So all of that comes to having a really good structure for your business so that you're able to show up there while, showing up in the other areas of your life. So what I do is I create ahead of time. Sometimes I get in a funk. Sometimes I'm unable I just I cannot show up. I don't have the energy, or something is happening in my personal life or whatever. And so it is the things that I have created ahead of time that will that will hold me until I'm able to create again, until I'm able to show up again. So create ahead of time. Reels, you can create your reels and put them in your drafts folder. You can write down your articles or your blog posts when you have the energy. You know, there are those days when you can do everything at once. Just do all you can do when you can. Make sure that you have several weeks worth of content in advance, and that will help you not your business won't stand still when you are going through something. Finally, like I said, I had to keep myself accountable. I realized that if I didn't keep my promises to myself, then we are not even going to go anywhere at all. I'm always going to be worried about how other people don't take me seriously. When I don't take myself seriously, why would they? You teach people how to treat you. You teach people how to take the things that matter to you. Same thing with your person. When you walk into a place and you are all over the place, people will treat you like somebody that's all over the place. When you relate with people like you are valuable and they need to watch how they talk to you, they will not know, but you have told them how they can treat you. It's the same thing with yourself. When you make promises to yourself and you don't keep them, you say, I'm going to go live tomorrow, and you don't. You say, I'm going to start showing up more for my business. I'm going to start marketing my business more. I'm going to start posting more, but you don't. That's you telling yourself that you don't matter, that you're not important enough to pay attention to yourself. You're not important enough to grow yourself or to increase your value. When you tell yourself you're going to invest in yourself, as in you're going to take a course, or you're going to hire a coach, or you're going to do whatever, and the next thing you see a really nice wig and the money goes there and it's like, oh shit, I don't have money for a coach. That's you telling yourself that you are all outer beauty and no inner beauty. You know that I like to look good. So I'm not saying don't look good on the outside, but make sure that you are also increasing the value on the inside. So bottom line, hold yourself accountable. I hope that this has helped you with your consistency, because I tell you that is the secret to building the brand that you want. When you're consistent, it doesn't mean that you know everything, but it does mean that you are showing up, and by showing up, you will learn the next step. You will learn how to take it. You will learn what not to do. It's in the showing up, is in the consistency. So if you have watched to the end of this video, I love that you are already ready to implement. If you'd like to work with me, I have details on the next program that I am holding. And if you are trying to grow your business online, if you are trying to come with confidence and zazz is the new word I learned, and it doesn't really mean anything in English, but you know what I'm trying to say. When you're trying to show up like the expert that you are and get paid and get seen and, you know, meet the right clients, not just anybody that can pay you, but people for whom you can get results, then you want to get into this container. Now, the great thing about this container is there is like a pre-room, an exclusive room for people that might be interested in working with me. It's okay if you get into the free room and you don't get into the pay room eventually, but we're going to be hosting trainings in the free room that will have you getting your shit together even before you work with me. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to drop the link in my bio, and I'm going to drop the link in the description. I'm so used to Instagram. I'm going to drop the link in my description, and yeah, I'll see you on the inside. Bye.